Hold on! An adventurer on the other team called out. While James was searching for a solution, he could see that the other team was attacking the bear in an attempt to distract its attention from having James on its back. Finding a good grip on one of the rocks and keeping himself stable as the bear moved around, James could now check out his surroundings with a calmer mind. He was thankful that during the entire experience, he hadn't lost the grip of his dagger. If I'm going to be up here, I might as well make myself useful, James said to himself. Seeing large parts of the bear without rocks and just the furry hide, an idea started to form in James's mind. Since it can't reach me, I could try and do some damage, James thought. Though, I'll doubt I'll be able to do anything significant. He chuckled. Though the monster was vulnerable with him on its back, James was well aware that there was zero possibility that he could take down the monster by himself with just a dagger. Even if he tried to stab something critical, like its spine, before he could do anything, the bear would just roll and crush him to death. This meant that if he planned on attacking the monster, it was imperative that he also pay attention. The moment it felt like the beast was going to roll would be the signal to bail. If it was this easy to take down the monster, that woman with a hood would have likely already performed the action, James said. Hoping that would add additional damage to convince the bear to leave them alone, James just chose an open spot. He slammed the blade into the flesh. Thanks to the angle, the blade dug deep into the bear's back when the dagger pierced the skin. Pulling out the dagger made a stream of blood pour out. It was the most damage he had done during the encounter, which encouraged James. The bear roared in pain and tried another attempt to get James off of it. There were some clanging noises that were made as one of the adventurers attacked the monster. James grinned and stabbed into the monster's back once again. There was no strategy in the motion or even technique. It was as if James was letting out all the pent-up frustration that had built up over the past several days. As James kept stabbing into the monster, the wound made him imagine it was comparable to if he were to cut himself with a kitchen knife while cooking a meal. It looked terrible, but the amount of risk was minimal. Knowing that no actual harm was being inflicted made James stab the bear even faster. "You stupid monster!" James yelled as he madly stabbed the thing's back. He could hear in the background the monster yelling out in anger at having James continuously stabbing it. There was a shift of the thing's back, like everything was beginning to slant. Not having completely lost all reason, James realized what was happening. Letting go of the rock that he was holding onto, he made a sprint towards the side that was coming up. Running on the furry hide to finally jumping off of a rock, James desperately leapt from the bear's back. As he looked down, it was as though he had leapt from the second or third floor of a building. The ground was rushing to meet him. Not wanting to stab himself, James quickly sheathed his dagger. He also made sure to remind himself that when he landed on the ground to distribute the force. If he were to just land on his feet, his bones would likely break from the impact. Even if they didn't break, something would be sprained. I definitely don't want to be dealing with a sprain while we're fighting these two rock bears, James thought as he tried to keep himself from panicking.